very carefully.
All right, nobody
All right, we're officially live now.
say the
There we go.
N-word.
How many N-word passes do we have for this?
We still got 3 strikes, and then I can open up a new account. We'll just stream from there.
What are we streaming on Twitch?
I'm going to be doing on YouTube because it's just easy to upload the archive.
Right.
Just let it go, and plus, we're not quite sponsored by Twitch yet.
Just
Soon,
Polygon.
though.
Just Polygon.
Soon,
I guess we should start, since we are welcome to the first episode of insert podcast name here, because we still haven't figured it out.
I think that's a good name.
Probably, actually. But I just wanted, as that we
Thought it was called Hipfire Headshot.
Hipfire Headshot. There's one time we made a Hipfire Headshot.
that one also sounds sexual, but that's okay. We're not making kids, so. But yeah, that's I told some of the guys, but we're very thankful for Polygon.com for sponsoring this specific episode, because they reached out to us and said, in an effort to increase their own diversity at their website and their company, they decided to sponsor a show filled with super straight white men.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that is what we all are in this group.
Mostly.
Why would you say it like that?
Mostly white or mostly super
That
straight?
is what we are.
Well, it's mostly something. So.
But yeah, we're talking about Valheim, so I guess we'll kind of go around to see what people thought, how much they enjoyed it. Did take any way? I know it took Chief away from Destiny 2 a couple times, but
It did, but it was a good reprieve from the usual of killing space aliens. But
it's pretty powerful to take you away from Destiny.
I know.
It was.
It's quite.
I mean, I think all in all about 60-ish hours in the month playing this game, and I mean that's a lot of Destiny time that I could have been playing. So
it's a lot of time.
You could have gained 2 light levels,
but
something like that. But
Destiny time.
There is no time like Destiny time, but
Well,
what I liked about the game was the Vikings and the large open world. What I did not like about the
Vikings,
I liked the part with the Vikings where you built stuff, and I enjoyed. Or should I? Oh no! Wait, hold on. I did not enjoy.
You're doing great.
You're not very good at this live thing, are you?
Yeah.
I'm doing something else. I did not enjoy that it was a very large world, and I ran off into different areas and died, and spent a solid evening several times just retrieving my stuff.
Oh my gosh, that happened to me.
Oh, that just looks silly.
That happened to me every time I went sailing.
Ski freely.
Welcome, Scott.
Howdy.
How do I drink this tankard?
I liked sailing a lot. I just wish there was more to do when I was sailing, sort of. I also enjoyed just being out there sailing.
Did you just take my hammer?
Were you the only one sailing around Ski freely?
No, I sailed with him.
Okay.
I actually never made it on a boat because my strategy was just to log on every couple of days and steal all the resources that everyone had gathered.
Just
An effective strategy.
It was a good
was.
strategy.
Yeah,
It worked.
I mean,
really
it
helped
worked
us out a lot.
every time.
Look at me now. I've got all the top level armor.
Just flew through all the technological advancement.
Yeah.
Why do we keep letting this happen?
I did notice when I looked at my map at the end, it's like I have small area that I've explored in different parts of the world. Like I had the circle where we spawn. There's a circle in the Black Forest. Because I would just go by the portals.
African American forest.
Portals.
Yes, African American. We don't want to get struck on YouTube. African American forest. This is a European developer, so they're allowed to use the adjective black.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the game. It was fun to figure it out. Now, I will say this. When I first booted up the game, I was solo, and I absolutely hated it. It wasn't until
solo,
it
would just take
with
forever.
people that it was actually fun. So it's definitely a game that you have to play with other people. because it is just not fun solo.
So if you don't have any friends, don't buy it.
Basically, like if you have no one in your friends lists, then I would just never get this game.
Get some friends.
Yeah,
I think
get some
Chad played
friends.
most of it solo.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I was solo for a good amount of it too, because I was playing in off hours,
Yeah,
and I enjoyed it. But yeah, it is a lot more fun with more people.
yes.
I literally
A whole
don't know
lot more
how
fun.
the last boss would have been possible with less people.
Or without
Or
your,
without
your
a moat.
supreme strategy of digging a hole.
Whole strat.
I mean, I don't
worked.
know how many spoilers we want to give away, but that boss could have been a lot easier if we'd prepared for it.
The game's been out for like 4 months. Like,
Yeah. Like if we had just had well, we had the same problem with the swamp boss.
That's right.
In that he took forever and he was really hard. And then I showed up with the resistance meat.
And then I
Yeah, the
saved
poison
it.
resistance.
What are you trying to say?
I showed up and saved the day. I mean,
don't worry, this is a pretty typical Ski Freely. He did this in WoW raids all the time too.
I showed up
funny.
when the boss was almost dead and got the final shot.
And looted the legendaries.
but yeah, if we had had fire resistance, I think that would have been a different fight.
Yeah. Well, we improvised. We just put a bunch of beds right underneath the boss spawner.
That's right. We just started building beds down there because we got tired of
You
running
don't
back and
swear.
forth.
Yeah.
It
Saying if you just
dying over
respawn
it.
right at the boss.
was great.
To be fair, we
Yeah.
kept dying angry because we had like 30 health compared to their 230.
I also did not know about the better food until
Oh,
midway through the boss fight.
Yeah,
Speaking
this
of
dude
which,
kept
I
eating
set the table.
strawberries.
Oh, I'll come back.
I set
Yeah,
a
I was
table.
eating
I'm
like
sitting here all alone.
strawberries and honey.
And mushrooms. And
Yeah,
like, that was it.
I had like 70 health the whole time.
And then every time we die, someone would just pickpocket our graves. Like, what food do you got?
Yeah. I would like to say I really appreciate the mechanic where you can steal other people's stuff when they die.
It's like you weren't good enough to stay alive, so it's just a free for all. Just take whatever you want.
So only
And
PvP
there's
was
no
looting.
weapons in here.
That's right. Oh man.
No
I-
worries.
I took a
I'll just
took
take
a
it.
number of Chad's food in the last boss fight. I could be like, oh, blood sausages.
I don't think I ever ate any sausages.
Yeah,
Oh, he
what
had
did we
some
we
sausage.
started out the podcast by saying that we don't eat sausages.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Well, that's true.
There we go. Apparently, somehow my screen got messed up. So we're only getting half of the live stream. Very raw. We're very rough. We're on episode 1, so I wouldn't worry too much about the professionalism of this one.
I was planning on
Rude.
being completely unprofessional.
Yeah. Well, that's good because in 10 years, someone will look back and judge us after we've gotten really popular.
Uncover episode 1.
Yeah. The lost episode.
On the dark web.
Yeah.
I will reiterate the similar thing of like playing solo. Like I would say the most fun that I had was the first night when I came in with Angry, and we defeated the first boss together.
That was exciting.
And then I came in with Witherbottom, and we went to the African American forest together, and we just went through and died to a troll or two. It's like just like the player emergent stuff was a lot of fun, but when I was sitting there like by myself, I'm like, I don't know what to farm. I'm not sure what to do next. Like, do I like after the Black Forest? I had no idea where to go. And that's
Yeah.
just a thing with survival games in general. I know Ski Freely plays a lot of survival games, but like,
Well, there
there's-
was the bird in the beginning that
Yeah.
told you, go do this, go do
I kinda
that.
skipped him.
Yeah, it was pretty typical with most survival games where you got in and got a couple of or you started harvesting resources and had no idea what they were used for and just started hoarding them.
Yeah.
It's how we led to our elaborate series of chests.
you have one thing that provides you one text box of like advice dialogue, and you don't actually read any of it, and then you're wondering what to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would
standard.
also like to say that I appreciate that it lets you level up the unarmed skill without turning PvP damage
PvP
on.
on, yeah.
Because it took about 10 seconds into the game before me and Ninja started punching each other.
What'd your unarmed skill get to?
17 right now.
What does skills do? Like, I never figured that out.
I do not know.
You get, I mean, when you
doesn't-
hover over it,
you get
it tells
better
you.
at everything. Yeah.
Well, I understand you get better at everything. Like, I see the progress bar go up.
You do
Oh,
more
the number
damage
goes up.
with the thing, or you can run farther without using as much stamina, or
Yeah.
you can jump higher. Jumping higher is very nice. It's my
Yeah.
Wait, you
favorite.
can jump higher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just so like right now.
That's only if you're in the African American forest, though.
There you go. That's right.
Oh goodness.
The
That's what we should have done with the fortifications, was make different heights, and like if you were someone with a good jump skill, you actually got to be in the good part of the fort.
You should put chests at different heights so that, like, the higher jumpers can only get to the good chests.
Yeah. Yeah.
because like my bow skill is like 23, and I know that Ninja's was like 58 or something at one
Oh my
point,
gosh.
because
Yeah.
he was shooting like 2 arrows from my 1 arrow.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
it definitely makes a
The higher
difference on
your
like
bow skill
cross
is-
speed and stuff.
Yeah.
You can shoot
Although it doesn't
faster
say that.
arrows?
Yeah. Look at me.
Was that before or after he dev
Are you
cheated
charging
on
us
his
all
own
the way?
personal server?
Yeah. All the way.
Was that before or what?
Before or after he dev cheated on his own personal server?
After.
Well. Well.
I would like to take credit for being the one who brought up that possibility. Although I did learn it from Chad.
Chad. What a name.
What a Chad.
Yeah.
What a Chad. He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, I did like the workaround that we came up with for like teleporting
Yeah, that was
the metals and stuff, because that was just annoying. They artificially lengthened the game because just so that you can't teleport metal.
I
I
do
think that would have
they're-
added a lot more flow if they let you teleport metals. I mean, I
We
know
need
the purpose was to make you sail, but it was just took absurdly long because you had to worry about tailwind and all that stuff. So
No,
you
there
spent a
needs
lot
to
of time
be
just
some
sitting.
type of like way to fast travel on land. That's not a portal, like get a horse or something like that.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
cool.
vehicles. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
like
Yeah.
ride locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something
Or
that
wolf
wouldn't
or
drain
something.
your stamina, that you could just travel a little faster once you got to the upper tiers, where if you were
Yeah.
transporting metal or something where you could load up more. Because all
Yeah,
those, I
They
mean,
had a wagon.
yeah,
They,
well, we
they
did the
should have like a
wagon.
horse-drawn wagon
Yeah,
or
you could
carriage
do a
or whatever it is.
horse-drawn wagon. That would be great.
That would be cool.
But what materials do you need to make a horse?
Hmm.
Hoof,
I would imagine you just tame them.
harvest a hoof from a
I
deer.
like the way you think. It's something with glue. I don't know.
I
There's a
would've-
joke there somewhere.
Probably should have had like human sacrifices too. Like that would have been interesting. Like I don't know, did Vikings do
what?
human sacrifices?
You wanted to do some human sacrifices?
Yeah.
Is that?
I personally wanted
Well,
to go
that's it for
pillage
this
some
podcast. If you'll catch us next time.
people. Yeah. And where was all the raping? I thought we were Vikings.
anything.
I didn't get to pillage or plunge or anything.
Wow.
For a game about Vikings, this had no raping in it.
Minus 1 point on Metacritic.
And now is a great opportunity for Chief's Bill Cosby impression to come out.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
The raping and the Vikings and the.
Oh man.
So you can, if they had
We
an
haven't
option
had
where you,
enough mead yet.
where you could craft roofies.
Craft groupies?
Roofies.
Oh, groupies.
Oh, roofies. I was like, well, first I thought you said rupees. I was like, why? When did Indian money come in here? But I was like, we already got coins. But
I know,
know.
yes, I'm a Viking.
would you like some change, please, for you?
Thank you. Come again.
Oh man.
I'm going to Valhalla. Tasty mead.
There you go.
Mead lowers health
Just grab
and
that.
stamina regeneration.
Yeah, Jarnot, if you come to Redwood, we're just sitting around.
Does your person get
drinking
wobbly
mead.
from drinking mead?
I don't know. I haven't had enough.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Wasn't there a mechanic in Ark where you could knock somebody out with like one of the knockout berries or something like that? You could hit them with a blow dart and knock them out, essentially roofie them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was that the intended effect?
Well, it didn't actually make you forget anything.
I will say, after playing this game, I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do with the Mistlands and the Deep North and the whatever it is in the bottom.
I've said it before.
Yeah.
I absolutely refuse to play the Mistlands.
What's wrong with the Mistlands?
It looks like
Spiders.
there's going to be spiders.
Oh, that's right. You can't do spiders.
I am not doing spiders. I am not about to be wandering through the forest in it gets dark and then all of a sudden it says you're hunted and spiders start coming down everywhere.
So what you're saying is for next month's game is we have to find one that's heavy on the spiders.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be out.
I am looking forward to what they add. I know they have a lot of stuff they want to do, and they've refocused on bug fixes for a long time because of how many players there are. It's one of the things they've been doing.
The Mistlands were absolutely terrifying, not knowing that it wasn't finished yet. So I kept wandering deeper and deeper into it, thinking, "Oh my God, when is a giant spider about to come out?" And I made it all the way through without anything happening, and it was just the most heart-pounding moment ever.
But then once you made it all the way through, you got hunted by wolves and died instantly in the plane.
Yeah, and then I had to run like an hour to get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the "you are being hunted" is definitely the most terrifying message that popped up for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those fuelings are pretty nasty too when they attack you.
I know.
Yeah.
Little
I
bastard.
feel like we'll get attacked while we're sitting here.
Yeah.
So
And they just run around.
No.
They don't even fight back. They just run until you swing, and then they're like,
And they run away.
I feel like the death stingers did that to me, where it's like they wait until I died, I'm running back naked, and they're like,
And then they just stung you in the ass as you're running. Because you're running away from them. Like, you're not running towards them. They just sting your behind and you're dead.
I think before we set the beds for the last boss, I sacrificed either Witherbottom or Chad to one of the death stingers as I was running back. Like he aggroed him, and I was like, "Yes, this is my chance."
I think Witherbottom was just in like a death loop with the same death mosquito, just killing him over and over. Because I got through, I was running back, and then he just, "How did you do that?" I am disappointed that our log strat never got to work.
That's true. That's what I'm showing on stream right now is our log strat.
Nice.
My favorite thing about the log strat was when the fueling started dumping the logs
On us.
We spent so much time lining up a big
It was
log
a great plan.
Yeah, it really was a great plan. Though he had a ton of health. I don't know if we got enough logs. We'll have to get more next time.
We'll have to do the whole road full of logs.
We'll have to do logs from all directions of the hole.
Yeah. Let's surround the whole thing with just a plateau of logs.
Just release the logs all at one moment.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's how black holes are made. Sorry, African American holes.
Release a bunch of.
You have to ask Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the only one to know.
Yeah. How was your black hole made?
Oh man.
I don't have a good Neil
And
deGrasse
it
Tyson.
seems I just got an email from our sponsor. They've pulled it.
They said we're too diverse. Too diverse.
I feel like I feel like a Neil deGrasse Tyson voice is going to have to be like Morgan Freeman, but a Redditor.
That's too many variables. I can't do it. Yeah, I don't know how to imitate Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't.
It's going to come out as Mike Tyson and Morgan Freeman.
Okay, see, but that would be a funny character.
That
Like,
would be
Mike Tyson with like talking about astrophysics.
Well,
so the thing is,
the thing about black holes.
Real quick before we get off on that segue, you said we're streaming on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Do you want a link or something?
Yeah, I want to watch it.
All right.
you want to watch yourself talk?
I'm watching it right now.
All right. I mean,
Just search Jarnod on YouTube.
Oh, Jarnot. Okay, I just didn't know what to search.
Really?
Yeah, you're like you're number one.
That's not good.
Nice. You're right there. 3 subscribers. Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pump that number up real quick.
Hey guys, if you're watching this, I just want to remind you to smash that like button.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting.
Smash the
Hit
like
the bell
button.
notification.
What about subscribing?
It really helps us out. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Just smash all those buttons. It really helps us out. Couldn't really do this without you guys. If you want to visit the merch store, we've got Viking Rape and Pillage t-shirt. Also,
I would wear that shirt.
I'm gonna go. Right. I don't think I would.
So,
I don't
all
think
right,
I could.
All right, here's a story time about.
You could definitely wear that shirt to church. Come on, man. It's
come on,
This is
man.
Vikings.
So okay, story
The
time real
back
quick.
says-
We'll get a little personal. So I had a colonoscopy done at one point, and when I got out, my butthole felt like it was on fire. But I'm still kind of on the drugs, and so I'm sitting there, my wife and the doctor talking to each other, and they're having a very serious conversation, and all I can sit there and think about is like my butthole is hurts like crazy. So I'm sitting there, and I remember this inner dialogue, and I just announce, I'm like, and I don't want to say asshole because the doctor went to our church at the time, and so I was like, okay, so don't say asshole, say butthole. Okay, so my butthole, and I was like, feels like it got, and I was like, well, I shouldn't say raped because of the aforementioned asshole.
You're going to church? I'm just kidding.
So I said, I was like, what's the synonym for raped? Vikings rape and pillage. So I was like, my butthole feels like it got pillaged. And like my wife and the doctor just like look at me, and then they go back to talking. And the nurse goes,
Pillaged.
Oh, the old pillage the butthole comment.
Yeah. We get that a lot here in the colonoscopy office.
This isn't the first
That
time
is
we've heard
hilarious.
this.
Funny you should say that. Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that would buy that. The proceeds will go to Angry's bourbon collection.
Is it insensitive to say the proceeds would go to rape victims?
I feel like that's in incongruence.
No. You misunderstand. We're not promoting it. This is
No,
You know.
no. I see how you could.
I see how you could get
how you could
We
get
made
that.
it 20
No.
minutes. We're canceled.
I see how you could get that.
You completely misunderstand.
It's not the giraffe gang. Gang
Wait,
house.
so
It's
do
the
you have
giraffe
a video of that? Because we named a house in our first big village.
Oh, the giraffe gang bang house.
The giraffe gang bang house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's better.
I put my bed in there.
No, well, it was because you started calling it the bang house, and I was like, well, we're the giraffes, so it's the giraffe
Right.
bang
And-
house. But
And
that
you
doesn't
have to
seem right,
alliterate
so I
at
had
that
to.
point.
We're also called the giraffe gang, so it was
Yeah.
the giraffe gang. bang house. Easily misconstrued as
totally
not the giraffe
innocent.
gang bang house.
Totally innocent.
Which is completely wrong.
Yeah, no. I said you're putting the emphasis wrong. How many people can you get on a server at one time?
10, I think.
10.
The 10? We had close to that.
Yeah, we had 8. I think.
Yeah, for that final boss battle, because it was us plus Witherbottom and Chad.
Yeah, 7 to 8.
Yeah.
That works.
Well, we had 8 in the game, but only 7 were fighting because Witherbottom couldn't make it back once he died. So.
Well, he also went into the fight with troll armor.
This is true.
He was trying to
like, I
sneak
gotta
up on
sneak
the
up
boss.
on this boss. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his whole point. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna run around and distract him." And it was like instant death.
He just throws a bunch of meteors. Oh man.
Those meteors were bad news. That's what killed me the first time.
That's what killed me several times. You'd be running full speed.
Under the rock too. They'd get down there.
Yeah, see? The strategy I have in basically every open world game of building a giant hole really worked.
It helped a lot.
I mean, it did work.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would have survived because we had no
I don't
fire
know.
resistance.
Yeah, I don't know if we would have been able to beat that guy.
Well, see, I liked Ninja's, like, he built, like, scaffolding on the stones. Like, he had, like, an archer's, perch. I was up there raining arrows down, and then he rained meteors on me, and the whole thing got destroyed. So
both of the sky bridges made of stone were gone.
We're gone.
Oh, this is the part where you...
I think this is the part where I die.
I was about to say, are you looping this video, or did we just do a shitload of logs?
We did a lot of logs.
We did like
literally
half
the same
course.
video.
This is 30 minutes of us doing logs.
There were so many. We were ready. And then he spawned and got stuck on the other side. I tried to dig him out too. During the fight, I tried to like he was stuck in that little crevice between the
I'm watching this now, and I did not even realize you could roll.
What?
What were you doing the whole time?
What? How did you do that?
Oh, and Jarna just died.
Oh,
well, there you go.
I was just standing there like an asshole the whole time.
I should skip ahead to the boss battle since the logs were useless.
Man, that house looks in bad shape.
But in case other people want to get ideas.
Yeah, we'll get to keep our strats secret.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where we figured out to see if we could make it.
Fast travel from the top.
Yeah. But the portal was at the top.
I was pretty surprised myself.
I know, Angry made it, and then Ninja died.
I almost died, yeah. Oh, there's a Death Skeeto up there.
I know, I was trying to get him out, but he didn't come after me.
Wow, yeah, that boss fight and the moments leading up to it were probably my favorite times that we had playing this game.
Trying to hey, get out of here.
I just remember when we signed on for the fight, I just hear y'all chatting about strategy and stuff, and you just said we're doing this log strategy, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
It sounds like research.
You started to explain it, and I was like,
it's a log strat. Don't worry about it.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. So I get up and there's 50 logs on the ground, and I'm like, what on earth are y'all doing? And then the other thing was that Angry was like, I said, okay, well, how many logs are we going to do? And he was like, the whole forest.
Yeah, we need all of them.
All of the logs.
Oh, that's right. This is where you guys get hunted.
Oh, wow, no. Oh, gosh.
Where we got hunted.
Yeah.
I remember I tamed the lox out in this field thinking that I'd be able to bring them to the boss fight. But then they just loafed around, watching us die. They see all these meteors off in the distance, and they're like, "Oh wow, I hope that's not my."
You can see in the background. You can see in the background Witherbottom just getting aggroed on by a wolf.
They're just land whales. They're like.
That brings us to our other sponsor, which is Jim Gaffigan.
Thanks for sponsoring us.
He's actually a huge
love
fan
Jim
of Valheim.
Yeah, and giraffes.
And giraffes.
Yeah.
His next show is going to be.
I think the big thing that this game was missing was giraffes.
That's true.
Everybody knows the Vikings rode giraffes during battle.
Well, they designed their longships after giraffes. Like that head was actually a giraffe.
Yeah,
it's a common misconception.
Wasn't dragons at all. Giraffes are basically just land dragons.
Yeah. I've been saying it for years.
Giraffes are land dragons?
Make that a t-shirt. You can get that also on our website.
I don't know if I'd wear that one.
That's a little too far. I don't know. I think it's both true and wearable.
Yeah. Our most popular shirt, which is #giraffes, but we call it pound giraffes.
Our pound giraffes shirt.
Our pound giraffes. Christopher Walken is a huge fan. I love giraffes. And
oh man.
Speaking of taming the things, I actually have it recorded, I think. But I don't know where it is, so I'll have to like clip it but I walked into our, I think it was Rohan base, and this pig came squealing up at me. I pulled out my spiky mace and just swung at him and killed him.
He was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're home."
It's like, "I'm so happy to see you."
It's like a little dog. His tail's wagging.
Only after that I saw it's like boar, tame, hungry.
You see his mangled corpse on the ground, and you see like a little tag with a name tag. It
says Pete.
Like Duke. Pete the pig.
I don't know who it was, but I'm very sorry I did that.
Oh my goodness.
You killed Pete the pig.
I kept throwing things out the window here too.
I was beneath you. What is this?
It's like the Empire State Forest. Or Empire State Building.
Stuff off.
You just have to be careful not to like kill somebody with a penny or something.
Is that a real thing?
I think that's a myth.
It is a myth. It won't hit the terminal velocity needed.
Yeah, I always heard that you could throw a penny off the Empire State Building and it would like split a person in half or something.
Imagine.
Split a person.
Because you wouldn't see the coin if you were on street level. You just see some dude get split in half by nothing.
I can just see like
the beginning of what's that superhero show on Amazon Prime?
Oh, but the boys,
The boys, where it's just like her hands left.
Except the problem, like if that was true, you would have like terrorists just going and throwing off like a
just throwing airplanes and just dropping coins.
They're like, oh, just throwing a bag of pennies out of a helicopter or something. In other news today, bag of pennies massacred an entire school of children as it slammed through the ceiling.
I still know how you took damage on that.
I took some serious damage. It was rough. I hit one of those.
You landed on a cattail.
Yeah, on a cattail.
His tail went inside you.
Oh.
The boss is
and we returned.
Trying to get ahead to the boss. There we go.
This is the big hole.
Yeah, this is the big hole. This is our log strat.
We were all placed behind logs ready.
Yeah, I was behind the big one.
Yeah. And immediately he gets stuck.
I was going to push this log.
I still like the original idea me and Christopher had of
Wait, do you have the part where we all touched our swords together?
Oh, right
here. Here it comes.
There it is.
This is it.
Originally, we were going to build this big moat and then build a bridge that you had to do to get around it, and then just like destroy the bridge once someone was on it. Hope the boss would spawn right there with them.
And they do one-on-one unarmed combat.
1v1, one at a
with the
time,
boss.
anime
Yeah.
style. Now you face me.
I feel like I can hear Ski Freely sitting there shaking his head from our ill preparedness on this boss fight.
I think my favorite thing about that was even after the boss got stuck on the other side, at some point someone said, maybe we should push the logs around to the other side.
That was me.
I was
committed.
It only took us like what was it?
I thought he was going to get out
minutes.
eventually.
I know, I thought so too.
I thought he was going to climb out, but his stupid floating torso just sat over there.
I know, we were like, okay, I guess we're going to shoot him from here. And then I think he did a meteor.
None of us knew about the meteors.
So, Ski Freely, what would be the ideal strategy for this? Like, did we have it right, or like were we completely wrong?
I mean, I think the mead would be the main strategy, so that you could actually catch on fire and not take too much damage.
Yeah,
makes sense.
And probably use frost arrows too.
I had some. I went through all of my frost arrows.
Yeah,
and
probably that was the first meteor. We're all like, "Oh god,
no, that was the first flame blast."
Yeah.
Oh no! And then
what was that?
Here's like, okay, that's one attack. Oh, here's the meteors, and we're dead.
Oh, and then Desquito came from out of nowhere to attack me.
I just see all of Jarnod's health go away.
That was good.
Yeah, well, it also would have helped if we had more than like 70 health.
Hey, I finally got
you had
pie and
some blood pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
I'm doing 6 damage per.
We're also vampires.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how little damage my needle arrows were doing against him.
I think I was accidentally using regular arrows.
I was using wooden arrows. I was like, I'm not wasting this.
Gotta save these for the second phase.
So what were the best arrows to use against him?
The needle ones were decent, but I mean, he wasn't going to take much damage from the arrows.
I think frost
probably would be better.
Did a lot.
Yeah, we did the most damage whenever we all ran in and smacked him.
Yeah,
just whacked him, catch on fire.
Yeah, I think melee was great. It was just the fire was so much damage.
Yeah.
all of the stupid crafting benches.
That was part of the log strat where we were trying to lure him
over there.
Yeah, to attack because all the enemies
makes sense.
attack the crafting benches first, and so we were trying to make that happen. And then once he gets to the last one, we were gonna unleash all the logs.
Unleash the logs.
Yeah.
Sick the logs on him.
We blow the horn.
I started using fire arrows because on a fire boss.
Yeah.
Did it come up immune when you hit him?
No, it did less damage than the wood arrows.
What is that, like 6?
It's like 5 damage.
The same damage.
You're dealing 3 damage. 4.6 damage. That's big numbers.
I know. I was pumped whenever I hit him with the sword and did 70.
I know, yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to be immune to poison either.
Oh, he was?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I didn't do any damage.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't taking any damage over time, as far as I could tell, even from the frost arrows. They just dealt most damage.
I almost stole your corpse right there, Ski Freely.
I saw you looking at it.
I did have some good stuff.
Everybody's busy looking at the boss.
I hope you have footage of when I got stuck in the bed and everyone just laughed at me.
I got my head stuck at some point, though.
Apparently, I saw a YouTube video where you can like push yourself up into that rock.
What?
Yeah. Which I guess
like damage him,
like through like Destiny 1 style.
Yeah. Like if you had raised ground with you like having nowhere to go but into the rock.
But why would you want to?
Well, I think you I don't know. We may have actually been able to hit him from
inside the
rock. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's true. That would have been helpful.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our next sponsor, which is Apple, and their next product, iRock.
And I can announce our other sponsor if you want.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay. So this podcast is also sponsored by Jacuzzi. You want to kickstart your streaming career? Think you have what it takes to milk money from your viewers? Have we got the hot tub for you? The eThought 4000 comes with its own power strip, a tripod to hold your camera, and a table to set your chat monitor on. Just put on your skimpiest bikini, turn your camera on, the Sims will flood into your Twitch channel, showering you with virtual dollar bills. It's easy, easy, easy. Just cost your soul and $49.99.99. Order today.
I would also like to say that if you are someone in a skimpy bikini, we would also like you to be our sponsor. And the best way to support us is by sending those photos of yourself in a hot tub.
This got stuck in the rock.
Yeah, I got my head stuck in the rock.
Our email is giraffegangbanghouse@gmail.com.
By the way, we are not responsible for any deaths or electrocution due to third-party peripherals falling into the water. Just keeping. Want to make sure our sponsor and our viewers were aware of that.
I think our viewers are only us at the moment, but that's okay.
It's all right. That's all right. You got to start small.
It's all right.
Oh, Witherbottom came in. Witherbottom,
welcome.
Howdy.
What did you think of this final boss fight?
Oh, I spent most of it running back to my body and getting killed by mosquitoes. So, and then getting if I made it past the mosquitoes, I usually got hit by meteors. So
you're seeing this for the first time?
Yeah, pretty much actually.
This is
every once in a while.
He's seen the boss.
Yeah, every once in a while you can see my little character running on the map, and then it just disappears. I get close, and it's just gone. So, But
I think I actually ran back to repair my gear one time, and it's still just like dead in the field.
I got killed on the stairs of the base once because a Surling threw a spear at me. So that was exciting.
Yeah, I remember that. Like you ran past Witherbottom. Like you left him to die to that death mosquito. Like you had full gear. You could have easily killed that death mosquito, but you were like, "Oh hey," and then just kept going.
Thanks for the catch up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You guys are doing great.
I was calling out how many percentage we had gotten him down.
You were definitely like keeping us motivated there with like, guys.
You're like 96.4%
health left. We can do it. At one point, I got discouraged because I could have sworn I saw his health going back up. I was like, "Well, this is bad."
What happens if you don't actually kill the boss?
Yeah,
what if you just summon him and leave?
He just stays there and rampages that rock.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I was kind of worried about that because, there was a while there I wasn't sure it was going to happen.
I forgot about the 800 viewlings that
they just popped out of nowhere. I think this is where I died.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's because you're just trying to mine.
Oh, gosh.
How do you have 0 stamina?
That's funny.
I swing too much.
I liked how you let them down there. You're like, oh,
get these guys.
Not us. Yeah. Let me just create a better pathway for you guys to come down here.
Oh God,
you're
like gonna die.
Digging it out. He planned it weeks in advance with the feelings. They were paying him off.
I was going to drop some logs on them.
That would have been good. All the logs come down and kill us.
Just kill everybody. And then we can't be down there anymore because it's filled with logs.
I think this is when I die. Oh, no. At some point I die and I go back to Isengard. And on my way back in, I let Witherbottom aggro a Deathsquito. And die.
I think we all did that once or twice.
Yeah.
He was managing the Deathsquitos.
That's right. I was just the bait to keep him off you guys.
He's actually the reason they're named.
I remember at the beginning of the battle, we were like, "Hey, we've got like extra like iron armor, bronze armor, wolf armor." And you're like, no, I'm good with my troll armor. I'm going to sneak up behind him.
I didn't actually hear any of that. My audio was on the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh, nobody's talking to me. I guess I'll just sit here quietly. And then I realized that my audio wasn't working. I was like, oh.
This is an oddly quiet group.
Yeah, I was like, I guess everyone's
We're all just super nervous about the fight, really.
Yeah.
And giraffes
Everyone's
are
like,
naturally
"Oh."
shy creatures. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you snuck up on me,
You
man.
died exactly underneath the boss.
So this is where like you kept running in and like you're like, I died under the boss. Like, how am I supposed to get my stuff back? Oh man.
I think it was after this I decided to spawn in the bed. But then
Yeah, I think I died first.
and then everybody just stood there laughing at me while I couldn't move until I died.
I didn't realize how much time we spent not taking down any of his health.
I know.
Like,
Yes,
this was
it was
a long time.
It was a long
long
time that
time.
we did absolutely nothing. We fired like 2 arrows at him, and we were trying to hit his little spine stump.
Don't worry, I look super cool by rolling behind the stone.
No, you haven't said how you roll.
You hold down block and press space.
Yeah. Oh, are you dead?
What's block?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
mouse too. The second reason I die.
Oh, and Jarnod's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you survived that. Wow.
I can't believe you survived. I definitely would not have with my 80 health.
Yeah.
He took all of the meteors.
Meteor tank.
So,
That's the
That's
Witherbottom,
another one of our hit singles.
what did you think of Valheim? Want to hear
It's
your
fun.
honest opinion.
I enjoy it. I enjoy building structures, so it worked out great. But I kind of started later than you guys, and so I think you were all probably in like this third biome by that time, and so then I didn't want to just kind of like skip everything and like jump right in, so I tried to kind of like
Angry.
do the story
Oh.
myself, and then I didn't have a lot of time to really get through a lot of it, but it's fun. I had a good time. So, yeah.
You should have pulled the angry move where you just hop on, take all the resources in the chests, make your armor, and then leave and don't do
Yeah.
anything.
well, I had to keep up.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I had to keep up. I didn't want to feel left out.
Yeah.
One
I
thing
might.
that,
Sorry.
I was going to say that one thing that me and Ninja kept doing is like every time we'd build something, there were a lot of like SpongeBob quotes thrown in, throughout the whole time.
As
And
there
I
should
think
be.
the last time that Jonathan that Angry signed on, he was like, he was making his stuff, and I was like, I'm going to upgrade something and open up a chest. I'm like, and there's no iron in here.
How delightful.
Delightful. We had like 90 or 100 plus iron, and it was gone.
I needed armor. I was like, I'll just take it out of today's profits. And there's no iron in here.
Well, that was basically my strategy with the logs at the end. Was let's take the forest and push it over there.
That's what we did.
That's right. Here's Witherbottom with me.
He had retreated to the tower.
That was funny. It was good times. It was good times.
I do think building was my favorite part of the game, if I'm being honest. And I did get fed up with like every time you want to build like a cool structure, it's like 4 days of chopping down trees and just hitting the ground with your pickaxe over and over to get rocks. And then you build for like half a day and you're out of materials, even though you just spent 4 days accumulating resources.
All right, this is
Here
where
I
I think.
come.
Sorry, this is where Witherbottom I think dies to the Deathsquito, and I.
You just leave him.
I just like, oh, thank God that wasn't me.
Most building games.
That
Here
looks
it comes. Here it comes.
Wow, that looked really painful.
And I'm just like, please don't attack me. Don't aggro. And he left me alone.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow. He's, you're good. I'm not
Not
here for
even trying to
you.
warn me either. It's just like
I remember thinking, I was like, I don't know if he knows about Deathsquitos.
Most building games have some type of mechanic where, like, after you get to the upper tiers, you kind of almost like don't have to farm the lower tier stuff anymore. Like you just
This
kind
one
of
doesn't.
set it on auto
Yeah,
get.
like
But
auto gather stuff. I was
yeah,
wondering if, like, I
like you
noticed we
still have to
had.
go pickaxe for rocks and chop down trees, all the stuff that you did, from the moment you started the game.
Yeah.
Is it like I know there's some automation with the windmill and the loom?
Well-
That's not really automation, and those produce specific things that you really only use for like armor and food.
Although that would be a good idea.
I
if
think
they
they
use
should just let you
windmills.
craft a chainsaw.
Because all the Vikings had.
That's how
You know,
they dominated
gasoline.
England and the northern regions of Europe.
Yeah.
So the black metal axe actually makes wood chopping kind of a dream compared to what you're doing beforehand.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it is much easier to gather a ton once you get to that phase.
The absolute top phase.
Yeah, I did notice that
Yeah.
the higher
Well,
tiered
again's not finished.
axes, it just everything went a lot faster, like breaking stuff down. But
Yeah.
it was still annoying. I was like, oh, I have like 150 stone, and I made 3 floor plates, and that was it.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I just started using dev commands on my single player world.
I mean, we did this all
No
totally
shame.
legit. No, we don't.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was totally legit until it wasn't.
It was totally legit until I started cheating.
But I mean, to be fair, like having those large structures was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was like the most fun I had was just building.
Yeah, I started sending Ninja like a bunch of videos of like houses to build, and he built them. So
You send me your houses, and I will build them.
Send us your houses, and we'll
the one in the north. I don't know what we called it, like the wolf.
Castle
Fortress?
Frostbite.
Yeah, that
Castle
one.
Frostbite.
Great
That
Wolf
one
Lodge.
was really sweet.
I liked
Yeah,
that one
cool.
a lot. Yeah.
And see, I saw a video about how to make those towers on the stone pillars for like Isengard, and once I made it, it was very crude, very like poorly put together. And then I left, Ninja alone with it for like 3 hours, and I came back and it was like perfect. So he was like, I made a few changes to it, and I looked back and I was like, oh wow.
Change your
pretty
name to
darn
the
good.
Architect.
The
Yeah.
architect.
Yeah, basically I was the architect and he was just the master, builder. So
No, my cousin Mo's. That's a masturbator.
that's a masturbator. I'm a decent baiter. My cousin Mose, he's a masturbator.
I think I die here.
Speaking of baiting, did anyone ever fish?
Speaking of masturbating,
I didn't say master. I just said
who all's doing that
You know what,
right
Chief?
now?
I don't think we ever
Save
did.
that for Twitch, okay?
okay. Did anybody ever fish
Catch
and
us
stuff?
streaming on Omegle.
I did go fishing.
You did go fishing? Okay, I never did. But
Yeah, it took a little bit to get the hang of it, and then I just never took the time to really stock up on much fish.
okay.
I stocked up on other food, but we ended up not using it.
Yeah. See, one time I went sailing through the ocean and the serpent like spawned on me and it freaked me
Ooh.
out because like
There's sea
I
serpent?
was literally
that
there's a
would
sea
be-
serpent
That would be a cool
Yeah.
experience.
and I was literally
killed
like in
one.
the middle of nowhere and I thought to myself like if I die
What a
there's no
wonderful
getting
world.
back to getting like my good stuff and
Apparently, I was worried about the same thing happening while we were sailing. So I looked it
Yeah.
up, and apparently, I think your gravestone floats on the water. So
oh
you
that's
can
good.
go back, but you need another ship.
Also the first time I went sailing again Ninja and I we sailed together and it like trying to figure out how those boat wheels work.
Boat
Boat
wheels.
wheels?
It was very, very
Now,
reminiscent of
I'm
another
not sure
SpongeBob
about
episode.
Boat
where-
wheels, but the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yes.
I don't know what the wheels on the boat do.
Well, the wheel
I
on the
didn't
boat
learn
lets you
that as a
turn,
kid.
and I kept running into rocks, and it was like, "Keep going, you're good, you're good, you're good," and stop. And by the time we landed, like half the both health was gone. So
yeah,
it was crazy, but it was fun. Sailing definitely was fun.
I never made it on a boat.
I didn't either.
we can go right now.
It was also one of the things where I kind of forgot about how a lot of people complain about the graphics being not that great, but out on the water, it looks so nice.
It does.
Especially in
Yeah.
like weather conditions and stuff. It's just really cool.
Yep.
And
I
the
didn't care about the
waves
graphics as much, but I felt like it was not optimized yet.
It was because
Yeah.
you're on a shitty laptop.
I mean, it's a few years old, but I have a 1070, and I was getting solid like 27 frames per second.
Yeah, I played almost the whole month on this laptop from like 2016.
Oh gosh.
That was outdated at the time that I got it. So yeah, there were times where I was getting like 6 frames per second fighting the boss.
It looks like they use like a voxel engine for their graphics.
Yeah, because I kept, the first time I booted up the game, I always try and set the graphics as high as they go, and you're seeing your character model there, and I looked at the graphics, and it was, everything was at max. I was like, really? That's what the character model looks like?
I had a similar experience too. I was like, oh.
This is it.
But I know, really, that was my first thought. I was like, really, this is it?
But it's like it's like stylized voxel though. As I was playing, I was like, okay, I can understand like what they were going for, and I think like as I played, I was like, this is nice. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, once I got used to it, I was,
This is
it didn't
nice.
matter, but it was fun.
Ooh.
Also, I'm watching you play this thing, and I keep wondering, why on earth are you bringing your hoe out and just raising the ground all around him?
I'm trying to raise it so that we can go up and hit him.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't,
Because
you
I
didn't
couldn't
try hoeing as a method of beating the boss?
I did not try hoeing.
Didn't you see how much damage that did? It took out a quarter of his health.
He's just trying to
I mean, to
tire
be
him
fair,
out with hoeing.
We did not kill him until after he did this. So
That's right.
I guess so.
I don't
Maybe
think
was
we can
wrong.
ignore that correlation.
You weren't just going into your inventory and throwing everything at him?
I was trying to do a lot of that, but
I was going into everyone else's inventory and stealing their food.
You were looting our bodies.
I'm using berries at this point. Berries and honey. By the way, Witherbottom, apparently food gives you more health. I don't know if
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. A kindred spirit. I just know every time we're upgrading stuff, and it's like, all right, well now you can
See now
You
look
can
at
build
look at this
build a
whole
plate to
platform
make
that
a
I made.
pie, and I was like, well, I'm not doing that.
Look at this whole platform I made. Like, so much easier to hit him.
No, I get it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, just put.
And I love that you're.
pedestal.
I love that you ate a cloudberry, a blueberry, and some honey, and that's all your.
I don't have anything else.
I'm ready to go.
You went full vegan on this.
Yeah, what this game did prove is that you can't be vegan.
Yeah. Can't be a Viking and a vegan. It's one or the other.
I would like to take this moment to say that you probably shouldn't be vegan anyway.
And we're
Which
canceled by the
brings us to
vegans.
And
which
I've
brings us
just
to
gotten
our
an email.
third sponsor, which is the notice, which is the local butcher.
Yeah,
Beyond Meat.
PETA has just withdrawn their sponsorship.
There were layers to that one.
You
Nice.
gotta love Beyond Meat's slogan. Do you like meat? Yeah. Well, we don't got it.
See, like as soon as we did some major damage there.
If you like meat, but without the taste of meat.
Where are you at this point, Witherbottom? Did you have to leave at this point?
No, I was here for the whole fight, but I was literally just running and then dying and then running and then dying. That's basically it.
I admire your tenacity.
I shot a couple arrows at him and did about 3 damage, so I think I probably contributed maybe about 15 points of damage to the fight. So I'm feeling pretty good about that 15 points.
I mean, that was like our entire first phase.
Yeah, we'll give you
15
we'll
total
give you a
damage,
participation
so.
trophy.
he was present in the server during the fight, but like
Yeah.
here, that's pushing it a little bit.
He was logged on.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I'm just looking at you.
That's kind of like a little bit teabagging, giraffe teabagging going on.
Yeah, well, that's pretty standard.
That's I teabag all the time.
Yes, all the time. In our Destiny phases, it's always fun playing with him.
I think I do.
At some point, we can do a montage of me teabagging.
That would be good.
I think I just have to start recording. We can edit.
Well, do
it
you
together.
have 6 months to watch, or
That'll be about a week's worth of time. Don't worry about the time effects there. I can record 6 months of teabagging in 1 week.
Yeah, if we ever play a game that's like PvP oriented, it's just gonna be the videos that we watch during the stream. It's just gonna be montages of angry teabagging, and then the rest of us getting teabagged because he's teabagging.
Yes. So it got so bad at one point that Ninja actually put in his profile on Steam saying, "You're probably mad at the other giraffe."
My favorite thing is that angry Steam profile is like filled with hate comments about him bagging, and like literally the top of his profile says, "Some people just want to see the world bag," and they're still surprised that like this guy's bagging.
What?
It is.
We put all the information there for you.
This is when I
Yeah.
start stealing
You're
food
just
from
not paying
people.
attention.
Yeah. It's funny. We'll be dead last losing, but that never stops anybody from bagging.
Right. This shit-
Like the
We
mind
get one
game.
kill and angry. Doesn't matter if it was him. He's gonna be at it. He's the first
Mind-
person to
It's
start.
psychological warfare.
Yeah,
True. Sometimes it helps.
it has helped. I'm not gonna lie. You've made people angry, and we've won because of it.
Oh, you
Which
need to
is
tell that
fitting.
story about Call of Duty that time when you joined the server.
Yeah.
I don't know who this giraffe is, but he is pissed.
I just logged on to a Call of Duty lobby, and there someone was like, "Oh man, this giraffe just joined, and he is pissed."
Funny.
Oh man, I don't think I died during this whole fight.
No,
Yeah.
that's impossible.
I've watched you
Impossible.
die.
I'm like,
I've seen you die.
I don't think so.
We all died like 500 times.
I legitimately don't think I died during this fight.
Okay, we have to now review 100%
Someone,
of this
Oh,
footage.
man.
someone, chat.
Chat.
Have you seen anything?
Clip this, please.
Drop a comment in the chat. Let us know what you think about whether Ninja has died or not.
I'm actually quite
Hold
sure
on.
that I
I'm
did not die.
filtering by live to see what people are saying.
And there's no comments in here.
All right, there's still nothing.
How delightful.
Oh man. Yeah, see this whole boss fight, like I never saw at the top of my corner no skill drain. Because I kept dying. It was always there.
So what's something like in terms of Valheim, like y'all think that besides the, I think we've talked about the like as you get later in the game, like it becomes more of a pain to farm stuff. But like, what's something that you think was missing that they should add? A
Well,
mechanic,
it's hard
a system.
because
Horses.
Vikings really didn't have any automation. They just had a lot of,
Could have done by magic though,
That's true.
That's true. If it had some type of
like
But
a
we
rune
don't.
magic, like rune magic. Like
Yeah.
actually, runes, like attaching some sort of rune thing to one of the
an axe.
An axe. Actually, rune crafting would have been a cool mechanic.
Yeah. That would
Or
be cool.
like, when you chop down a tree, it automatically breaks into planks. like Terraria style.
Right. It's like you don't have to like cut the log in half and then cut the log again.
Exactly. Or, what if you could like tame gray dwarfs and they go, acquire wood or something? I don't know. That's a little.
Yeah, if you could tame a fueling or something, and as like your companion, and you're running around, and he's like,
Well, I thought that was another great story. Is me and Ski Freely spent probably like 2 hours taming some wolves, and we got these 2 wolves, and it took us so long, and we were caring for them and giving them meat, and then reinforcing all the structures around them to keep them in the pen and all this stuff. And finally, we get them tamed, and we're like, all right, let's bring them back to base so these bad boys can fight on our behalf. And so I had the genius idea of taking a shortcut through the plains. And the first thing that happens is we run into a 2-star fueling who, in one single strike, kills both wolves, and then the next strike killed me.
That was a sad moment.
I was so mad. We'd spent so long. Oh gosh.
That's funny.
One thing I definitely could have done without was how much time I spent planting stuff. Like I
Yeah.
did a ton of that, probably more than I needed to. I was trying to make sure that we had enough food for everyone to use, but like going back over it each time, like trying to make sure my spacing was perfect so I didn't have like a bunch of stuff that was too close together that wouldn't grow.
Yeah.
And that was just very tedious.
Yes.
At least at the scale I was doing it at.
industrial farming.
Yeah, we need some
Yeah, that
combines.
could have been another thing that was improved. Was
I also think
you had
like
ruined
there should have
traffic.
been more NPCs besides just that one trader.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that would
That would have been kind of cool, like if you actually like went to a village and like,
Pillaged it.
well, not you could choose to pillage, but you could even, or you could be like,
Doing
you know,
GTA Vikings.
like you conquer it, and then the other NPCs like they start working for you. So like you could send people out to like harvest rocks, harvest trees, and like it wouldn't be like fast, but it'd be faster than like us doing it ourselves,
Yeah.
because they could do it like while you're away,
Yep, there I am.
With her bottoms in way this whole time, be like, there I am.
Yep.
I still have not died. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure someone in the chat said that you died.
Yeah.
What, you?
I don't know who it is. It's
Did you
some
get in
giraffe
there
who
and-
seems pretty irritated.
Yeah. Giraffe bagger.
Fun stuff.
For me, it was definitely like interesting, like playing this because one of the games that I had worked on was actually a Viking survival game. And it was a PvP focused one. So we had like you started off, you had three different factions. You chose which faction you were going to join, and it was kind of like a forced guild situation. And there's a lot of problems with it that we end up screwing up and all that type of thing. We won't go into it. But it was just interesting to watch a completely different take on like what people did, like the mechanics of pure PvE versus a very PvP focused but like there's a lot of similarities in like Yggdrasil up in the sky, like the different I felt like I was playing a different version of a game I worked on. It's a very surreal experience.
That's cool.
PvP would lend itself to like conquering other villages and enslaving them to go harvest stuff for you or something.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about that with the giraffes playing Destiny, about the balance between PvP and PvE in cool like role-playing games like this, where you're put in a completely new world with a lot of lore behind it. Like, how much should the PvP influence the game or drive it?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a cool angle in Valheim as classes, though.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Tree cutter class.
Yeah, you could have somebody that was good at harvesting,
The
or somebody
builder
that was
class.
good at building, or
Yeah.
that you get a 50% reduction in builder materials or something in exchange for like less resistance or something like that.
Yeah. Jarnod, you had a lot of trouble with hills.
My jump skill was not very high.
That would do it.
I love that your armor is broken now.
No, I had to go topless against this boss.
The true Viking way.
And the Twitch way too.
Right. Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
I was trying to
Ouch.
save you at that moment. You were going after him. You had no health. I was like, I'm trying to kill him for you. Then you died.
It didn't work.
We will actually all be selling vials of our bathwater after this podcast.
Right. I have mine already pre-packaged and ready to ship.
It's in Ziploc bags, though.
You didn't put yours in water balloons?
It was at this point of the fight that I was like, okay, we kind of got a strategy down of waiting for him to do the meteors, and then typically he was pretty quick at doing the blue fireball.
Yeah.
And then we just all 8 of us, or I guess 7, because Witherbottom kept running back, but we would just run in and just start whacking him to death. But
the thing I was most sad about was like we ran in and I stayed in just a little bit too long and missed the actual kill shot.
Did you die?
Yeah.
I
think this is when we all go in and it's like this is.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we kind of got it down there. We were all. Yeah, I just ran in, still on fire. See,
I'm just somebody's just sitting there.
I think that the idea of the boss fights in a survival game was a really, really good one.
I liked it.
I did like that. It gave you something to like feel like, okay, I'm farming for a reason other than just
I will say,
to get the next thing.
Although, I mean, to be fair, I think this game is to note is it's still under development.
Mm-hmm.
But like it seemed like kind of a lack of direction on like where you were supposed to go next, because they have all these biomes that are still being developed, but you don't really know like where the last 2 bosses are, where you're supposed to go search for the last 2 bosses.
Yeah.
Once you got to the swamp, it was pretty clear because the bird comes and he's like, hey, you can go get iron from the crypts now. And then in the crypts, you find, the boss marker for the swamp boss. And then whenever we went to the mountain, there was like not really, I think, Ski Freely, you just kind of told me like, oh, we're going to the mountain next. And I was like, cool, let's go. And then in the plains, I don't know who figured it out or looked it up that we were supposed to get the fueling totems and like just search the fueling settlements for the boss thing. I don't think I ever actually saw it. I don't remember.
I just assumed that it was going to be in, because I was sailing around and saw these like more major fueling areas than we had seen before, and I assumed it was just going to be somewhere among those because that seemed like the next area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we beat the motor boss for the in the mountain, that's whenever I really spent time like sailing around trying to find planes to look for, because it seemed as each biome went on, you found less and less markers for the boss area. Like in the Black Forest, like it seemed like every other cave that we went in, or every other tower that we found, or something like a stone tower with a bunch of gray dwarfs or whatever, they all had a marker for the elder. And then when we went to the swamp, the biome, you had your crypts, and your blood. So I'm just kidding. But you had your crypts that you were looking at to try and find those things, and maybe 1 out of every 4 crypts might have had a marker in it for where biomass, or I keep calling them biomass, bone mass was going to be. And then you get to the mountain, and I only found one marker. Like one marker out of all those places that I went in the mountains to find the boss. And the same thing happened with the final boss. Like there were less and less like markers to actually find where to fight the last boss.
The only mountain marker that I found or ever saw was right next to where Motor spawned.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you summoned him. So.
And that was the same for me. And then with the planes, like I just got lucky because I read online that you could find them in the fueling villages, and so like that's what I was doing. I went around trying to find a bunch of fueling villages, and I found 5 or 6, 7 of them. Never found one marker for a boss until I went just sailing around and I saw like 2 rock things sticking out of the ground, and there was a little stone marker at the bottom, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the marker for the last boss. And it just seemed that it was just very that part scaled up in difficulty as well as finding the stuff needed to sacrifice for the bosses also, because withering bones, we found tons of withering bones for bone mass, but like the dragon eggs, I mean, what did we find? Like 6 of them, and we needed 3. And then we only found 6 fueling totems, and we needed 5 for this one. So it was just the scaling up was very, very different with each biome for sure.
My guess is that the scaling is gonna change. That part of the reason it's that way now is because the game is unfinished, so they
Right.
wanted to slow down some of this parts of it, like this boss dropping the placeholder item.
Yeah, it just dropped a blue cube, and that was it. You might see me throw it here in a second.
That's right.
Yeah, you'll see me throw this blue cube, and it just says place marker for
Get the shit out
whatever.
of here. It was like Yagluth item or something.
Yeah. But it was ridiculous.
Similar direction was something that I definitely felt at a loss. Like there would be times where it's like, the first boss was very simple. The wood stage, you get up into the iron and bronze stage kind of thing, or the bronze stage, the copper and tin. And like, I think I was with Witherbottom. We had just struggled to find stuff. Like once you found it, like, oh, okay, this is where it is. Okay, like, but I don't know how I would stumble across it.
Right.
Like,
and see, right now y'all are tossing that blue cube around, and yeah.
Listen, I did like the exploration aspect,
mm-hmm.
but if you're gonna base like finding direction in the story of the game off exploration, like, and the world was that tremendously big, that's just what took a long time to kind of get to them. I mean, because we were playing this the whole month, like, and I think I played like 100 hours.
Yeah, I just looked at my timer. I played 68 hours.
Like 20.
And it seems like only scratched the surface of the game.
Yeah. We uncovered very little of the map, all things considered.
But we were able to beat all 5 bosses.
Yeah.
But we only literally maybe found 15, 20% of the map.
Yeah.
That's where I think having like a horse or something that didn't drain your stamina and you didn't have as high of a risk of dying and having to waste time going back to get your stuff, like would just help to explore all the different areas.
And they have death horses. They come in one shot you off your horse.
4 horses of apocalypse there.
Yeah. Then you can tame. Yeah. Then that opens up a whole new can of worms. It's like, if you're going to be able to tame horses, are there going to be special horses?
Yeah, like special horses.
I liked the idea of that. It seems like they kind of started to bat that concept around with items like the porcupine and Frostner. That seemed like very
niche.
Yeah, unique. It had a specific purpose.
Yeah,
it was cool. I'd like to see more of that, where you feel like particularly powerful, not just because you got to the end of the game, but because you have like these special cool items that you've made with these elusive materials that you found, and all these tiny crevices in the world.
Well, I know there's a couple items that none of us crafted. Iron Sludge is one of them. There's also a shield that you make from the sea serpent scales.
Right.
Oh.
I think Chad had that one.
Can you block with that one?
Yeah, it's a tower shield. But it's a special tower shield. You can't parry with it. But it's a tower shield, so it has much higher block. But it's special in that it allows you to move much faster than other tower shields.
Ah.
And you can craft it earlier on. It's iron.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't.
Wait, you got the bird to spawn here? The bird didn't spawn for me.
Oh.
Maybe it was something else.
I got a bird either.
I just switched to a different clip. I think this is very early. This is me and Angry.
No.
Like when you started.
Yeah, that was when you started.
Right after we hung up the.
Yeah, there's a bird there.
The trophy. Yeah. I didn't get a bird. What did he say?
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I thought everyone else was telling him.
I didn't see the bird.
He's like, "Congrats, you did it."
This was when I logged in, and Angry was like,
I know we hung up the last trophy and
jumped on a tree on top of the house, but
and
then died.
You check his stuff, huh?
Yeah, he was yelling at me, "Don't take his stuff."
Don't take my stuff.
But I'd log in and like Angry sitting there yelling, be like, "I can't put a crafting table down. Why do I need a roof?"
It didn't explain some of that stuff in the beginning. No. It's just like, hey, you have to build a crafting table. And then I remember I spent so long, and I built one, and it's like, no, you can't do that here. You gotta have a roof. And you built a roof, and it's like, no, this isn't roof enough. You gotta build a better roof. That's how somehow I built this structure here.
I wanted to build a cave one, but the pickaxe just kind of knocks makes it a chasm rather than a cave.
Oh yeah, it would be cool if you could tunnel.
Yeah, I do like the idea of tunneling.
We figured out how to do that in the mountains.
I thought it would be cool if rock. I always thought it'd be cool if they let you build your base in one of the dungeons. Like clear out a crypt or something, and then turn it into a house or whatever. I think that'd be neat.
They won't let you build them there.
No. All right, I'm gonna slip out there. It was a lot of fun, guys. Looking forward to the next game.
All right.
Oh yeah.
We'll let you know which one it is with the bottom.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
What is our next month game gonna be?
We can either go with the second place for last month's, or we can have a new round of voting in the next couple days.
What was second place?
I believe it was
that'll depend on what we choose. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to taking, if anybody has new ideas, because it seems like, at first we were kind of trying to find games that are on both console and PC, but if we can do PC only games, that would change the ones that I suggest.
We could do another voting. I would have a problem with another voting series. Maybe some of the chat wants to jump into the Discord and help decide.
We'd like to get viewer input on this. What do you guys want to see?
Yeah, you just drop a comment below,
and don't forget to leave a like.
Yeah, what games do you want to see us play?
Oh, don't forget, because ring the bell, because subscriptions don't mean a whole lot, so you have to click the little bell too.
Yeah, I've been seeing that 99% of you guys aren't subscribed. It's the analytics.
I mentioned, I don't know if someone put it in the voting from last time, but Sea of Thieves actually got a pretty big update and looks pretty fun to kind of hop back into that.
I do want to play that and go from one sailing game to another.
Yeah. Well, we're going from a Viking game to a pirate game.
We're just maintaining the raping and pillaging.
That's right. Yeah.
So we have a big focus on this podcast round.
We're getting a big rape channel going.
Oh god! Stop it! I'm getting emails from YouTube.
Just got my second strike.
Oh man.
I'm about to get demonetized.
Let's be honest. No, our channel's never going to be monetized. They're like too high risk.
We're too edgy for the algorithm.
Too edgy. We're just cutting edge.
We like to think of ourselves as cutting edge. More progressive type of humor.
Yeah, I would say let's all suggest one game for next month then, and then just do a quick vote instead of like the 5. I think the 5 was just a little overwhelming.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of games.
We could do. Yeah, I think that would be fine. I mean, maybe like.
And then everybody just votes for their game, and we get nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I was saying,
okay.
what if we did like
then
2
I
or
decide,
3?
and we're okay.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, whatever you say is what we're gonna play. So, I mean, you could. If you told me like, Sekiro was the game that everybody chose, I wouldn't have checked. It has 0 votes. I would have just played it. I would have been like, oh yeah, all right.
Actually, I did look up, like trying to see if there was like co-op roguelikes. So I think that would be an interesting game, like thing to play for a little while.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to find a good one. But once I do, I'll let y'all know.
Well, it's the Steam Summer Sale until July something.
Oh, that's right.
July 8th. So we should.
Our other sponsor.
That's right. All of the
is the Steam
donations
Summer
you
Sale.
chat give to us, our tips, I guess. They go straight to buying the games for for everyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
Buy the next month's game.
All of your donations go directly to our wallets.
None of it goes to charity.
And Angry's bourbon.
Yes. Well, it goes from my wallet to my bourbon.
Or Angry's wife's purchases to get him more lead poisoning.
Yes,
that's right.
She is trying to poison me.
I hope you have a good life insurance thing.
On that note.
Yeah, I do. That's what makes me worried. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that was very successful. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was.
Do we want to call it there? Or do we want to keep on going?
I'm okay to call it.
I think we're good.
All right.
It was fun. It was a fun experience to play a new one, and it was like when Valheim was picked. At first, I was honestly like, I really don't really care. I was not really into it at first, but then like once we made the community server and once we got on, like it was a whole lot more fun with more than one person.
Oh yes.
Yeah. 'Cause I never was on, like I never really got on unless if someone else was on in the server. It's definitely a much more fun game to play with other people.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it.
Ski Freely, thank you for putting in so much work exploring and finding so many things.
I felt like the resident like survival game person.
Yeah, that's true.
You did a fine job.
Had you played this game before, Ski Freely?
I only played a little bit of the very first phase. I killed the first boss on my own. Beforehand, but not that much. But I played a lot of other survival games, and I had a lot of fun playing this one.
Yeah,
this was one of the better ones I played, to be honest. Like it's the gameplay was good. Didn't like Ark still feels so janky to me. Every time I play it, I just want to pull out my hair if I had hair.
Oh crap, where's my hair?
But this was like the systems in general worked very well together. And like I didn't feel like, as much as I complained, like I didn't know what to do after a certain point. Once I got past the threshold of the exploration of like, okay, where do I find, copper and tin? Where do I find iron? Like it felt like the systems progressed very nicely and in a logical manner. Whereas other survival games I played, I don't know where to go. I'm completely lost, and the graphics are janky as, they're just janky.
Yep.
So I was very, very pleased, and would definitely, I guess if we had to, I would say recommend playing Valheim with a group of friends.
Yeah.
For
Way
sure.
more fun with other people.
For sure.
All right. Angry, do you want to sign us off with a like, comment, and subscribe pitch?
Just as always, just remember to drop a like. Smash that like button. Drop a comment in the chat. Really helps us out. Let us know what you think. We'll be here pillaging when you get back.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll be here next month pillaging around on the YouTubes if we're not demonetized and struck down and all that.
That's true.
All right.
All right.
All right. Live's over.